broken hearts send ripples across the sand, a delusional woman bends life and reality to her whims. She grows and flourishes as the light around her spreads. But as this light expands, the shadows grow also. How long will she go before the shadows take their turn on the stage? It's that special time of day, and here we are once again, standing on the edge of something truly wonderful. Hello everyone, and welcome to another wonderful night on another wonderful broadcast of The Night Show here on 87.7 FM. You can call me Marina. Most people do. Today I'm joined with my wonderful and studious producer, Blaine. Say hi to everyone, Blaine. Blaine? Oh wait, that's right. You don't have a microphone, so there's no way the people can hear you. Well, that's all right. They don't need to hear you anyways. It's not like you have anything interesting to share with us or engaging stories to tell. No, you're there, in your producer's booth, writing in a thick notebook you won't let me look inside of. That's just how it seems to go with you. Anyways, why don't we take a look at finances? I am the blizzard that comes in March, the storm on a perfect day, the rocky road that takes you far from home. I am the anchor that holds your ship to harbor. I am the guilt that drags and tears. I am the darkest shadows of all your fear, the claws that cut and scratch all you hold dear. I am that darkness that lives within. I am all of your greatest sin. I am every moment you wish you had, every hand you didn't hold, every smile that never came. I am bitterness within. I am the shadows that know all that is true. When you look deep within, you soon realize I'm every love you never had the chance to lose. And this has been your financial report. Tell me, dear listeners, do you crave excitement? Do you ever get tired of the same routine over and over again? It can get so boring when we find ourselves in the same cycle, no matter how comfy it is. When the world gets dull, our minds soon follow. That's why it's important to shake things up now and then. It's hard to get stuck in a rut when the game is always changing. It's hard to be dull when the world is full of chaos. Strange lights are flickering in the Fey Woods by Old Town. This hasn't happened for at least a decade or so, which makes this go around rather interesting. What do you think is causing the lights? Why do you think they've only started to come back now? Why are there so many voices whispering for you to follow? It's difficult to say, really. This could be any number of things, and I'm sure Blaine has all sorts of theories on what this really is in that big, lovely notebook of theirs. Anything you want to share with us, Blaine? 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 All right then. Ignore me all you want. Your attitude won't affect me at all. I'll just stay over here, broadcasting with everyone who loves me. Anyways, back to the lights. Local nature and wildlife experts are theorizing that this is some form of bioluminescent fungi that may have reawakened due to the recent spike in population around Old Town. It's been so quiet and dusty around there that this new burst of life is shaking things up. At least that's the theory. Dr. Jane Roberts was super vague on all the details when I asked her about it the other day. To be fair though, we were in the middle of a Muay Thai class and I had her pinned in a pretty gnarly headlock. It's honestly kind of impressive she was able to talk as clearly as she did. Anyways, the woods are full of glowy lights. What does this mean? We're not quite sure. The police are struggling to work on this, but it's been a little disorganized as of late. It seems our dear sheriff, Olivia Hawthorne, has disappeared yet again. Where did she go? When will she be back? It's difficult to say, but we're all moving forward in spite of it all. Well, for the most part. Blaine, what's with that look? You've been glued to your notebook for the entire broadcast, but now you put it down? What? Did you not know the sheriff vanished? It happened a couple weeks ago. Honestly, how did you miss it? You two were spending quite a bit of time together. I thought you'd care, or even just notice when one of your friends disappears. Oh well. I guess if you paid a little more attention to what's in front of you, as opposed to your little web of conspiracy theories, you would have noticed something. But, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. Let's take a quick commercial break. It's about that time, and I could use a refill on my water bottle. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back soon enough.
The world is changing. The familiar is a lie. Do you know your friends? Who are they really? Who are you surrounded by? This is not your house. We can't help you with your existential crisis or sudden shift in the world around you, but hey, we can make it look nicer. Home Depot. We got the lumber and paints, if you want it. Build a shed, maybe put in some floating shelves, spruce up the place a little. As for your sudden shift in reality, well, I'm no physicist. You're gonna have to figure out that one on your own, bud. Good luck. You're gonna need it. You can do it. We can sit on the side and help you start a lovely side project to distract your mind from the existential dread. It isn't much, but hey, power tools are power tools. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Wasn't that lovely? Welcome back to the night show here on 87.7 FM. I'm your lovely host for the evening, as I am for most evenings these days. You can call me Marina. Most people do. We are here moving through a lovely evening together. The rose vines across the city are in full bloom, strange lights are flickering in the woods, and I have a stack of letters to read on my desk. How delightful! It's been a while since we've had these. At least it feels like it's been a while. I'm not actually sure how long it's been. But it doesn't matter. We're here now, right? So let's dive in. Our first letter is a lovely painting from Michelle Michaels. She painted us a gorgeous forest scene with pine trees with some sort of bright light shining through them. The reflections and highlights are just magical, and it really makes you feel like you're spending a night in the woods. The detail impresses me very deeply. If you look closely, you can even see the faint silhouette of a man walking through the trees. Michelle has labeled this painting, "A stranger has come. It's coming. He seeks for the life he lost, and he will not stop until everything is consumed by darkness and shadows." Wow, this is so lovely. Thank you so very much, Michelle. Next, we have a postcard from the beach. It's a very nice picture of waves crashing onto the shoreline. Ooh, this comes to us from former Church of Mothman Megapope, Keith, and their band partner, former lead singer of the Cavaliers, Dean Castillo. They've formed a small two-man band together and have called it the Rejects. It seems that their adventures are going well. They're currently working on their first album, using a banjo and a can full of dried beans to make music. Now, I'm not sure how good this is going to sound, but they're having fun. And at the end of the day, isn't that all that matters? Good for them. Good for them. Lastly, we have a nice-looking apple pie cheesecake recipe from Lyra Juhong, who works down at the Rosemary Cafe. She writes to say that things have been crazy as of late, so she has decided to share a piece of comfort with the rest of us. How very sweet, Lyra. We'll have to find a way to get this recipe out to the people. Maybe on a website? Blaine, do we have a website? I don't know. And so, well, would you look at that? We have a little something left. It looks like it's a note from Issa C. from the Moonridge Movie Theater. That's Blaine's boyfriend, isn't he? Yeah. Interesting. It's certainly been a while since I've heard anything from this. Let's see what he has to say. Let go of my partner. This game won't last forever. I know what you are. We all do. Well, I certainly don't like the sound of that. I mean, what is this? It's probably just a prank or something. You know, we always get those vaguely menacing and threatening letters, right, Blaine? How fun is this, Blaine? He's just trying to prank us. Blaine? You didn't even hear? Of course you didn't. What am I saying? You're not paying attention right now. You never are. Anyways, I think that's enough for letters today. You know what I find interesting? It's been very quiet around here at the station lately. I and Jack are missing, Rex is off and about, and Darian, well, I haven't seen him in a week or two. What about you, Blaine? Any sign of the garbage bear? Blaine is shaking their head and agreeing that it's been very quiet around the station. Even the office people are gone. Giselle, Dara, intern Mike? Where is everyone today? It's just empty around here. Man, I hope everyone is doing okay. I wonder where they all went. Any theories, Blaine? No? All right then. I guess we'll just move on to something else. I have horoscopes printed out on my desk, so why don't we take a look at that? Yeah. Let's read through it. say I shouldn't have met him is an understatement. We shouldn't have even been circling the same sphere. And yet there we were. I, the shining moon, and him, the darkened shadows, revolving around each other in an eternal dance. It was a lovely night at a ball being held by nature. I had come in hopes of finding help, support, someone to help me in my projects. Reverie was a disaster, a mess, and I could not figure out how to bring it back together. So I asked for help, to guide and to build what the previous dream had left. Over and over I sought for help, and over I found myself alone. A tightness grew between my shoulders as the prospect of me doing this project on my own grew with each rejection. I sucked in a deep breath in hopes of steadying myself. And in this moment, he found me. "Don't tell me you're about to cry," he had said. He was a dark figure, lounging in a chair behind me, sipping at a beverage he held in his hand, as if it were the most casual place to be in the world. They're all jerks, pretentious, arrogant, ignorant. None of them are worth your tears. I shook my head. It isn't so much them as my situation that is causing stress. What exactly is your situation, young lady? I have to rebuild Reverie, but it's quite difficult, and I don't know how to do this. Oh, is that all? Well, that's an easy fix. I can help you. I eyed him cautiously. This man was not just any man. He was the Shadows, Prince of Darkness, the traitor that everyone had warned me about. "I'm not sure I want your help," I had said. His eyebrows shot up, and he looked around me. "Well, my dear, I don't see anyone else jumping to your aid. It's not like you have much of an option." He was right, and something inside me felt cold. Sure, there was a dark aura around him, but something else burned inside. Something charming. Something that just wanted to be held. So, took his offer. "I'm Celine. And you are?" He smirked and bent into a dramatic bow. "I have gone by many names, but you, my dear, may call me Dante." And this has been Horoscopes. Trauma does things to people, be it from loss of someone you love or something terrible happening. The body has remarkable ways of shifting itself to protect what it can. Our brains rearrange to make sense of the world. And sometimes that shakeup can feel very disorienting. In spite of the vines growing across the city, the Cavaliers are putting on a concert down Willow Way. The band has teamed up with members of the city's local gardening gang to prune back the vines and clear enough space to put on a decent show in the old dance gazebo. After everything that's been going on, the band hopes to gather the city together for a night of fun and a chance to forget their worries for a bit. "It's been rough out there lately," bassist Daniel Rufio said, "but we're all doing what we can to lift up the spirits. Metaphorically, but also literally. One of those little sheet ghost fellas won't leave me alone. I woke up in the middle of the night and he was making breakfast in my apartment. And then I found him standing over my bed, and he won't leave. Like, he just hovers in the corner. Daniel followed this up by doing a backflip and playing a fun new riff on his bass. This was to the delight of all in attendance, as well as a few reporters. I clapped. So, yeah, be sure to check it out. The show is going to be wonderful tonight. And with that... Oh, what's that, Blaine? Blaine has just handed me a note to read to you all. It looks like a little report and a few corrections. How exciting! You know, I'm really glad we can keep a professional air here at work, Blaine. Things have been awkward as of late, but here we are. We're still on the same team, right? Right, all right then. I guess I'll read your note to everyone. Come to our world so colorful and bright. So many wonders that await. But pay no mind to your uncertain fright. Just come in and embrace your fate. Many of us want to be your friends, but pay no mind to our less than human features. For what more could you want here in the end than to be surrounded by bright, happy creatures? Dance with us now as the music plays. We're all just so happy you're here. Don't question our movements or unsettling ways. It's far better to ignore all your fear. Don't worry too much about the strangeness and lies. None of it will bother you once we rip out your eyes. Blaine, is this supposed to mean something? Was this the poem for today? Because I don't remember signing off on this. In fact, this is nothing like what we had planned. Blaine, just what are you... Well, okay. All right, Blaine. Okay, just calm down, please, everyone. Blaine has just pulled out an old harpoon, and where did you even get a harpoon, Blaine? Have you been talking to that sheriff? She's wrong, you know. Paranoid, crazy about so many things. Maybe you should just... Okay, calm down. Jeez, why are you so intense right now? Hey, so Blaine is currently pointing a very sharp harpoon at me and demanding I read the rest of the correction papers underneath this poem. In fact, they are very insistent right now, saying things like, I know what you are, and stop lying to me, or I won't hesitate. And honestly, I think this is all just a little overreacting. I mean, I'm sorry, but Blaine, I'm your co-host. I'm your friend. I thought, isn't this a bit too much? All right, then I'll read this. But first, let's take a quick break to calm down a little. Is that fair? Good. All right, everyone, stay tuned. I have the feeling that this next part is going to be interesting. See you soon. Hey, hi, hello. Do you need witch stuff? Because we got it. Herbs, crystals, books, kablamo. It's all right here, boy. 24 hours a day. How do we do that? How is that even possible? Well, it wasn't always that way, but, there's a few people who work here, and they demanded it. And, well, mostly by a few people, I just really mean Mavis. They just sort of stayed in the shop and said, oh, nope, we're open. And I was like, Mavis, please, it's like 2 a.m. I just want to go to bed. And she was all like, nope, we're open. And I didn't want to argue because, I don't handle conflict well, and she kind of scares me. So, yeah. 24-hour witch shop. Whee! Do you want to spell? We got the jars and things you'll need. Do you want to do a charm? We got the stuff for that too. Want to curse somebody? Please go somewhere else. I'm not emotionally equipped to handle that, and so we don't really sell the things. Sorry. But we do have tea for sale. It's pretty good. At least I hope so. I spent a lot of time working on it, and, well, I want people to like it. Please like my tea. I think I'll cry if you hate it. You probably hate it. I'm not good at things. But anyway, we're the 24-hour witch shop here on Willow Way. Stop in, see what we're up to. Maybe buy some stuff. It would really help us a lot. Please come. We worked really hard on this, and it would be super neat if people stopped in and looked around. And maybe we could talk. Maybe we could become friends, even. Maybe it's a stretch, but we could really get into it, and you could come to D&D night, and we could do that campaign that I've been working on for the last 6 months, and you'd think it's really neat, and I'd be so excited because people would like the things that I make. But no pressure, though. No pressure. I'm probably super annoying right now, aren't I? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You don't have to come. Get it together, Mitzi. You're a big business girl now. Okay. 24-hour witch shop. It's here if you want. No pressure, though. Okay, bye. Welcome back to the show, everyone. We've had a bit of a conflict here in the studio, but it's all taken care of now. There were a few creative differences to work through, but everything is all right. Everything is fine now. No one got hurt, and everyone is calm. Right, Blaine? I'd have them answer on air for all of you, but I'm afraid they're a little tied up at the moment. You see, we're very busy here at the station, and there's just so much to do. No time for little disagreements. So I'm sorry, everyone. Oh well, at least we were able to work out our misunderstanding before someone got really hurt. Now then, with all that being said, why don't we read a few corrections? Blaine was right, and there's a few things that need to be set straight. Plus, they were really adamant about this. So let's go through. Sit tight, everyone. I have a few important things to read. In a previous broadcast, we mentioned that the list of missing persons is as follows: Jack Wright, Ingrid Thomas, Yusuf Becker, I. Rodman, Cheryl Corden, and Samantha D. Call. This was not completely accurate. Cheryl and Samantha have both been found. They were buried underneath a mountain of novelty scrapbooking paper in the scrapbooking section of Hobby Lobby. The new manager, Virginia Ross, personally dug them out of the pile with a dowel rod and a foam cactus this past Tuesday. Cheryl and Samantha are both fine and expected to make a full recovery. As such, they aren't really missing anymore, if they ever really were to begin with. In addition to this news, there is another update to the list of missing persons that needs to be addressed. Blaine was so very adamant about this correction. They even confirmed it with the sheriff before coming here to ensure it reached the airwaves. Thank you so much, Blaine. As always, you're a phenomenal producer and a dedicated journalist. You're always so thorough and hardworking. maybe you could redirect that passion a little bit before you start pulling out dangerous weapons on your closest friends and coworkers. Don't you think? Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter. The point is, everything works out in the end. Now then, I'd have Blaine read this, but again, they're all tied up with other things at the moment. So I guess I should be the one to bring the news to you. So, our updated list of missing persons is as follows. Jack Wright, Ingrid Thomas, Yusuf Becker, I. Rodman, Sheriff Olivia Hawthorne, and Marina Gomez. We apologize for any confusion or concern this mishap might have caused. Now then, the mask finally falls off, rainbow doors are opening, and I no longer have to pretend. I thank you all for a fantastic time and such a wonderful performance. It was so very fun to be here with you all. But soon, well, stay tuned for a special door about to be unlocked. The shadows are to come, and there's so much more. Excitement is on the horizon. So be on the lookout. Our next show is bound to be something spectacular. This is Marie of the Shadows, truly, sincerely, and earnestly wishing you and yours a good night.
Dream Girl City is a production by NJ Schulze. It was written and produced by NJ Schulze, with Horoscope written by Mckell Wright. The poem for today was The Stranger by NJ Schulze. Have a question? Have a comment? Really want that apple cheesecake recipe? Look us up on social media or email us at DreamGirlCityRadio@gmail.com. Have a poem you'd like to submit? Go ahead and shoot us an email. Want some merch? We have merch. Want to support us? You can do that via the Acast support feature on Anchor, or by liking, reviewing, and sharing us wherever you get your podcast. We grow so much by word of mouth. Thank you so much for sticking with us through this season and all the many twists and turns along the way. But until next time, just remember, the shadows will come, so now it's time to run.